What's up, everybody? I'm back here with you for the follow-up Life is Strange 2 video. I've had a couple of hours to reflect on episode 5 and just the game in general. I've started thinking about maybe episode 5 wasn't as bad as I was making it out to be. Especially after, because I had a look to see what some of the other endings are, and I realised that I actually got one of the best endings. Arguably, I'd say it was probably the best ending. It just wasn't as good of an ending as I was hoping for. But then I don't know why I was hoping for a good ending, because it's a Life is Strange game. They don't have good endings. Go to season 1. Shit ending. Life is Strange 1, it's the final choices. Well, obviously spoilers, of course, for all Life is Strange games. Life is Strange 1 is sacrifice Arcadia Bay or sacrifice Chloe. That's let your BFF or something more, depending on who you ship, get killed in a bathroom at the Blackwell Academy by Nathan fucking Prescott, or kill off everybody in the bay. Destroy Arcadia Bay and kill everybody. And this, what is it, there's 7 endings, or 7, it's not 7 completely different endings, but variations of 3 or 4 endings, I think. Yeah, there's 7 different endings. What is it, there's one where maybe the best is if you do make it across with Daniel. Sean, I think there's one where Sean and Daniel make it. Bugs make it through the border. That's the low morality one, isn't it? There's one where Sean dies. Daniel makes it, but Sean dies. Which I'm glad I didn't get that one. What are the other ones? There's ones where there's a couple of Slenderen, isn't there? I didn't actually watch. I watched some of the video that Life is Strange put up on YouTube. I watched some of the endings on that, but I didn't actually watch all of them. But I think after seeing how some of the endings are worse, I'm happy with the ending that I've got. That's what I'm trying to say. Because it's probably closest to what I was hoping for. Being that Sean makes it to Mexico and Cassidy makes it to Mexico, because I'm shipping those two together. But there's still questions that we could need answers to, really. As some of the other characters we meet, like my ending, we don't hear anything of Lila, or Cliss. Actually, no, there was some photos of Cliss in that ending, wasn't there? Cliss and Daniel photos. There's that photo of Sean and Cassidy, which I'm actually happy about, shipping those two. But I just wish Daniel could have been there, and I guess they could have got away scot-free. No trouble or anything. Met like Karen and David as well. Karen, David and Claire and Stephen and that, and Chris could go and visit them and they'd be happy in Mexico. But it didn't happen because it's a Life is Strange game. The perfect endings don't happen. It's a Life is Strange game, and it's not. It'd be like the perfect ending, but it wouldn't be a realistic ending because life ain't perfect. And also about this game, what I do like though is that your decisions throughout the whole game feel like they have more of an impact in this season. Because of course, season 1, the end, whichever ending you choose, basically just voids all your choices. Either the one where you could like save everybody and make all the right choices, but then the tornado is just going to come and wipe out the town anyway, or you go back in time, Chloe still gets shot, and none of the game actually happened. And like Life is Strange Before the Storm, the choices in that, they don't really make a difference because it's a prequel. We already know what happens. If you played season 1, of course, when you play it. Yeah, that's already, you can't really like make your own choices and have the consequences of them because the story's already set for the prequel. Same with the farewell episode as well. You can make all the right choices and we're going to do this, but in the end it doesn't really make any difference. And that's one of the things that I like about Life is Strange 2. That not all the choices seem to make a difference. Some of them are minor choices, but and speaking of season 1 and Before the Storm, I'm glad we finally heard about some of the characters from the previous games. We hear about Max and Chloe, and we hear from Victoria, even if it is via letters to David. And we actually get to meet David and speak with him and that, and get to know him a bit better. About how he's not a massive dick like he is in the first game. I just wonder how did that happen? How did he get to away and meet Karen and all that? What actually happened with them in Arcadia Baytime to fix it, put it all together? And Max and Chloe just leaving him to it. You can deal with this. What the hell, girls? Also, I hope this episode changed people's mind about Daniel as well. Throughout like this whole game, everyone's like, Daniel's such an asshole. He's such a little shit. Can we kill him off? But in this one, Daniel ended up being the guy who's like, I don't want to hurt anybody. Sean, why are you making me do this? He didn't want to hurt the opposite. I managed to get him so he didn't kill them. He just knocked them out. Which I feel like is the best outcome from that situation. also about freeing the vigilantes and the Mexican couple. I wish it maybe gave me a bit more of a hint on how to let them out. Because I wanted to let the couple out. Not about the vigilantes. They could have stayed there. But I wanted to let the couple out. But I didn't know how. Did I get Daniel too, or did I need to find a key? I suppose I'll have to watch some other playthroughs or replay it myself and at some point and try and figure that out. Which, with the consequences, the choice and consequences actually having an impact in this game, it does make me want to replay it more and see the different outcomes. Even if for the most part that'll mean messing stuff up, and I don't want to do that, because I think I did quite well in this season, Life is Strange 2. I think I did good with most of my choices. I don't think I really got anybody hurt. Let's say, what did I didn't steal any money. I hugged Esteban. I told the truth. I told the truth as much as I could. I was in the minority of people who questioned Daniel. I wonder whether that decision has anything, plays into how Daniel turns out. I don't know. I'll have to see. I was trying to be a good influence on Daniel, because I knew from the beginning that this is probably going to be. They were kind of setting it up from the start, like, be a good influence on Daniel, be a good role model. So I was trying to be honest and be good and not steal and that. It's just a few times that I deviated from that, like when you steal, get hanky beating and steal camping gear. Like when Brody says, "Don't use your phone." What's the first thing that Sean thinks to do? I'll call Lila. Like when you promised to Daniel that you won't lie to him again. I promised. And I did all this, talked about the trailblazing, which I didn't actually know. So thanks Sean, you taught me about that as well. Daniel didn't fall in the woods. I think that's when you're helping him climb over like the fallen trees and the rocks and that, isn't it? Daniel fetched wood for the fight. Yep, and Daniel won that wood race. I think I won it, but I didn't realise we had to race back to camp. So yes, I've got I think it was 3 pieces of wood. I thought, yes, I've got 3 logs. Oh shit! We got to race back. Ah, damn it! And skipping stones. I was so close to giving up on that, and I thought, no, let's see if we can actually teach him, and we could. And Daniel didn't get mad. That's in the wood. Is that if you don't? Is that if like you don't help him and he falls down and he gets dirty and in the mud and that from falling over and not making it down the path very well? Is that how he can get mad at you? Daniel had an okay night. Yeah, he wasn't sick from the berries. I didn't find the good berries, the berries that we could eat. I just found the ones that you can't eat. And Daniel was afraid of your stories and had nightmares. Is that when you have the option to scare him with the spider's webs, I believe. Is it spider webs? Yeah, have the option. Was it explain or scare? And I chose to explain. Daniel didn't have to beg. Yeah, good role model. Daniel didn't strike Doris. That must be if you try and steal when you're first in the store. Daniel didn't eat enough. Okay, that's one of the decisions I got wrong. Sorry, Daniel. You lived, you're okay. Daniel didn't get a Power Beb toy. I don't think that makes a difference, does it? Maybe, is that just like a collectible you can get or something? The Power Bear toy. Daniel stole something from Brody. Is that because because I stole from Hank? Stole the camping gear, and Daniel thinks that stealing's okay at that point. I think. What if Brody ever actually noticed that he'd got something missing? That Daniel actually stole it. What was it? Was it like a teddy or something? Like some kind of stuffed animal? Or some kind of ornament or something? I can't remember. I remember I replayed episode 1. I looked at it, I think it was back in January. I think it was just before episode 2 released. And you can confront Daniel about it. I didn't in this playthrough. I don't think I confronted Daniel about stealing. Episode 2, I threw a snowball at Daniel. We'd all do it, come on. Looks like most of us did, 53%. 34% threw it properly. 12% threw a snowball at Daniel and Mushroom. 1% just throw a snowball at Mushroom. Why? Why would you throw something at Mushroom? It's bad enough that she had to worry about cougars. But yeah, that's throwing a snowball at Daniel. That's not the right decision, but also kind of realistic, with them being brothers and all, sibling rivalries and all that stuff. And when you intervene to scare the cougar off after they got Mushroom, I feel like that was the right choice. I think Sean even says, doesn't he, that there's nothing that they could have done. Mushroom's already dead. %. You played together with Claire and Daniel. Because this is the only playthrough I've done of Life is Strange 2 so far. So I don't know what choice you need to get any of these alternate outcomes. Except when it's actually choices like scaring the cougar off or letting Daniel kill the cougar, and this next one about confessing to Stephen about Daniel's power. I think that's a choice. You helped with extra chores. 78%. Yeah, we all wanted to be helpful. You told Daniel he did the right thing. Yeah, he did the right thing. He does seem to want to do good with his powers, especially early in the game when Daniel he just wants to be with Sean. He just wants to be I guess impress Sean, his big brother. And using Steve's laptop to log into your profile. Yeah, it was just too tempting. Same as Phony Liner. I'm glad that I'm glad I found light both times. Even if that's the last that we heard from her. You didn't gain Cliss's trust. I wish I could have done. Well, it seems like Cliss's dad did get help for his problems. I think. Don't you hear about that in episode 4? In the letter from Claire and Stephen? About that his dad gets help? Or asks for help or something. I'm telling Daniel to stop lying to Cliss. Yeah, just be honest and try and make the right decision. You didn't listen to Cassidy's song until the end. Sorry, Cass. I think we made up for it in the next episode, though. You blew a spaceship with Cliss. Yeah, I feel like that's that was the right thing to do off Cliss. So I think he prefers spaceships and stuff to zombies. And I bought a Christmas present for Daniel. I think if you don't buy the Christmas present, don't you have to... Because you can find presents back at the house. So I assume if you don't buy the presents, you take those presents. You steal those from that. You steal Claire Stevens' presents for Daniel. You didn't get involved in Charles' problems. It just felt like it wasn't my place. And the cop didn't chase you and Cliss helped you escape. I'm glad I got that ending. I saw the ending where Cliss gets hit by the car in... I'm not sure what video it was now. It was a YouTube video. But yeah, I'm glad Cliss was okay. And he actually helped us escape. I think that... the things you need to do to get some of that stuff with Cliss is in the Captain Spirit episode where he plays Cliss. I think so that affects how Life Strange 2 is in episode 2. Daniel continued to swear. Fuck. 41%. Okay, 59% was strict on that. Daniel lost the dice game. Hell yeah, stop cheating, Daniel. when we were playing the dice game, that's strange. It just flipped over. And then he did it again. I'm like, wait, Daniel's cheating. There, Daniel didn't kill the cougar. What that leads to is Daniel was not able to bury Mushroom. The thing about that is, if Daniel's not able to bury Mushroom, they basically dug a hole, refilled it, and then put a cross there. And they just dug the ground up for nothing. Dug it and then they didn't bury anything. Surely it would have just been better just to make a class. It would have been easier, but whatever. Daniel agreed to play. Okay. Good on you, Daniel. Not my thing, religion and playing and that kind of stuff, but sure, whatever. Daniel tidied the room. See, episode 2, Daniel was actually doing the chores. I think they refused in episode 3 because I think I asked him to help with the water tanks, I think, and he refused. So he actually decided to leave in episode 2. So good on you, Daniel. Daniel obeyed and told Chris the truth about his power. Which is good. I do feel like, on the whole, I was able to be a good influence. And episode 5 proved that. Maybe too good of an influence. Overall, Daniel was repressed from using his power. Daniel didn't have to save Chris. Yes. Daniel didn't blame anyone since Chris was fine. Daniel enjoyed his early Christmas present. He didn't make more coffee after drinking the last cup. Sorry guys, didn't realise I could. Well, I didn't realise it mattered. You hit a bullseye while knife throwing. Yeah, I did. I would have won the damn knife throwing competition if Daniel hadn't used his power and messed me up. Oh, it's on target. Oh no, it went back 10 foot wide. Daniel swerved it away. About understanding whenever Daniel mentioned Karen and wanted to find Karen, I completely understand that. Why shouldn't he want to meet her? About not wearing the watch that he stole from me, and I let him keep, and he stopped wearing it. What the heck? You intervened when Big Joe slapped Cassidy? Fuck yeah. Nobody touches Cassidy and gets away with it. Your swimming was average. Yay. I'm not very good at this. I've never done anything with weed. Yeah, I helped Daniel clean the dishes. Then I think it's later on where you asked Daniel for help with your own chores, and he refused. You were wasted at the campfire. Yeah, I was. I was like, hey, this is chill. Ooh, is that a bong? You went to sleep with Daniel. Hell yeah. I want to be good to Daniel, and I'm not getting that haircut. I like Sean's hair in episode 2 and episode 3. He looked hot with that. Looked sexy with that hair, with the long hair. Then episode 4 comes along and they've shaved it all off. They shaved it all off and he turned into a badass pilot. So yeah, Sleep with Daniel's the best choice just to avoid that haircut alone, because I've seen pictures of that and I made the right decision. And Finn came forward when Daniel hit Big Joe. Yep. I didn't realise it was timed. I thought I'd got time. So it's not, life stage choices aren't usually like that. But they were in this. That's maybe one of my only, I guess, little issues. This is the time decisions. And there's not like a timer on to show you how long you've got, like there is in Detroit Become Human and Telltale Games and stuff like that, where you have the timer meter that goes down to show you how long you've got to make a decision. So yeah, if I'd have known I probably would have just said, yeah, it was me. It was definitely a wolf brother that did it. That hit Big Joe. You were eventually convinced to take part in the heist. Yeah, at the last time they asked. The last time Finn mentioned it, when we were already at Merrill's. And Cassidy got pissed off at me, and that made me feel like shit. Like, no, Cassidy, I like you, no, don't storm away. I thought I'd just fuck things up between Sean and Cassidy at that point. But she was okay with it afterwards, or she seemed to be. We don't see her after that, just in pictures and letters and stuff. You chose to have a wolf tattoo, 65%. 21% of players let Cassidy choose your tattoo. Wonder what Cassidy chooses. That's one of the things I didn't know. That I don't know what Cassidy chooses. And what happens if you don't get the tattoo. I'm guessing the rest of the interactions with Cassidy don't happen. Or maybe don't happen. You went to the lake and had a midnight swim with Cassidy. Hell yeah. Through that whole section of stuff with Sean and Cassidy, I'm basically playing it like, I feel so awkward. I feel so awkward, but I want to know how far is the game going to take this. Cassidy didn't get angry at you. I'm assuming that's if whether you agreed to take part in the heist or not. About you and Finn remained friends. I'm glad of that. I'm glad we remained friends, at least. It seems like you have to pick some of the immoral choices to get together with Finn. Because it seems to be painted as more of a bad guy than like someone like Cassidy or Sean. Which I guess he is. Finn's not. He's not a bad guy. Yeah, he does some stupid stuff, but his heart's in the right place. It's just doesn't use his brain enough to realise that heist is actually a stupid idea. Yeah, and another thing about going back to the heist is I knew no, this is not going to go well. I don't want part of this, but part of me thought I kind of want to see what happens, which played into my decision to eventually take part at the end. You kiss Cassidy, fuck yeah. And you went into Cassidy's tent, hell yeah. Like, okay, how far are we going to take this? Okay. That's how far. Fuckers for life, eh? You stole a vehicle without alerting Big Joe. What happens how do you wake him up? Is that if you take part in the heist? If you go with Finn and Daniel, you're able to wake him up. Because maybe they wake him up, or wake him up if it's just Finn and Daniel and they deal with him. So I seem to do everything when you're trying to get a vehicle to chase after Finn and Daniel, and he didn't chase after us, so I don't think you can wake him up if you're with Cass and not with Finn and Daniel. You came in after Finn and Daniel broke into Belle's house. Yeah. You didn't take the gun from the safe? No, because I didn't go along with the plan till at the very end. You told Daniel to use his power and Finn wasn't killed. Yes. Cassidy wasn't injured. That made me feel better about pissing her off and going along with the heist. So, how does Cassidy get injured? Is it... I've heard Daniel, in certain situations, doesn't Daniel attack her? Is that how she gets injured, or is it if she follows you into the room and then gets injured when Daniel just blows up? Same as when Sean gets injured and Finn, I assume, and Meryl, I assume. Daniel didn't wait for you. Is that the first morning when he doesn't wait for you and goes to hang out with Finn? Daniel had your help doing the dishes. Daniel refused to help with the water tanks. Asshole. Daniel talked with Sean about his anger. That's when you go to bed with him, isn't it? And you go to bed at the same time. And then at the end, Daniel used his power, got injured and lashed out. See, most people got the same ending as I did in that. 86%. You passed both vision tests. I didn't think I did. I didn't think I passed the second one. But you have to do it with a pencil, and that's hard. That was hard. It was pretty much just guesswork. I'm like, is that right? Yeah. No, I'm miles off. You told Agent Flores that the robbery was Finn's idea. Sorry, Finn. I feel like honesty is the best policy, whether it's in a game or not. Honesty is the best policy. You attack the guard to escape the hospital. I feel like that's the best because you get all your things back and get everything that you could need. And get your clothes back and that, so you can actually walk about in normal clothes, not in a hospital gown. And you talked to Finn and forgave him for what happened. Yeah, like I said, Finn's he's not a bad guy. He just makes some stupid decisions. Makes some stupid choices, and he's not a planner. He's not very good at planning, but yeah, I felt like I needed to just let him know that I don't blame him. He didn't decide to take the toy back and didn't break it. That was the right chance. I just thought, when that came up, I just thought, no, there's no reasoning with these guys. Just shut up and don't start a fight. And when they wanted you to speak Spanish and then wanting you to sing, and I'm just thinking, no. I ain't giving in to them, but I think there's some options where you can just insult them in Spanish. I kind of wish that I'd done that, but no, I'm like, no, I'm not playing your stupid games. And got my ass kicked again. So, yeah, anyway, life's strange. Why do you hate Sean so much? Why do you keep beating him up? Gets kicked in the face by Hank in episode 1. Episode 2, I don't think he actually gets injured in episode 2. Episode 3, he may or may not get punched by Big Joe. He didn't in my playthrough, but he can do. And then gets glass in the eye. So now he can only use one eye. Then episode 4, he gets beat up by them assholes. And then by what's the guy's name? Elizabeth's. The bloke with Elizabeth. I'm sure we'll get to it. So yeah, that seemed like the right choice. He didn't give money to the church. I don't remember if I actually figured out whether I actually found the donation box. Overall, you tried to let Karen open up to you. I feel like that's right. I just let her explain herself and why she did some of the stuff that she did. Smoke cigarette with Karen? Sure. 64%. Of course, I ain't a smoker and smoking's bad, but it's a game, do what the hell you want. I'm sure they're fine with smoking. All the stuff they go through. A cigarette's not going to do more harm than some of the shit that they go through. You accepted Ken's help to clean up your wound. Yeah, she offered, didn't she? Yeah, she offered to help, so I accepted. Nicholas, that's it, Nicholas. You got Nicholas suspicious when sneaking into Haven Point. I think it was a timed answer, wasn't it? It's one of the timed answers. One, I'm not really good at leading fast, and two, I'm not really good when you give me a time limit. And it's one of the things that made me wish that I'd recorded my playthrough of season 1 of Life's Strange, because I think anything season 1 that I could mess up, I did mess up. But even though I messed a load of decisions up in the first game, I still loved it. I still just made me reevaluate my whole life, really. Which is why I didn't like that we're getting Life's Strange 2 with all different characters, because I've cared so much about like Max and Chloe and all the other that whole world of Arcadia Bay and everybody and all of that. And I didn't think I'd like Life's Strange 2 as much as I do. As much as I did, I didn't think I'd care as much for Sean and Daniel as they actually did end up doing. Anyway, back to the choices. You didn't give any money to Jacob. I think I've said it before. It just said, the choice came up and it was just like, here, take my money. It didn't say, let's split it. I didn't want to select it and then just say, here you go, here's all my money, I've got nothing. If it had said like, let's split my money or something, I'd have done it. Maybe that it could have been better worded. Just said, let's split the money. Imagine hide from Nicholas. Looks like most people did. You and Daniel both spared Elizabeth's life. This is kind of where it starts. Like that choice is kind of the beginning of Daniel seeing that I don't want to kill anybody or fight anybody anymore. And episode 5, the treasure hunt. That was a fun little game. Until I went near the junkyard area. I'm like, we're really digging up a secret here. Really, after season 1. I'm glad it was just a regular treasure hunt for a souvenir, and not a treasure hunt for any bottles. I'm glad Daniel wasn't like, can you just find me some bottles? I just refused, like, nope, not doing that again. 82%, you overall got close to Karen. Yeah. I'm glad of that. I'm glad we got close to Karen. I'm glad we met up with David and got some closure with... I'm glad he got closure with Max and Chloe, and they made peace with each other, David and Chloe. I just wish we could have seen more characters like Max and Chloe. Or I know we're here from Victoria and we're here from them, and I think it's when David leaves you to answer that phone call. I think that might be Chloe. Yeah, because he mentions Max, doesn't he, at the end? I think he says something like, "Give me a love to Max" or something. So I'm glad David he's managed to mellow out a bit as well. He's managed to get away from the defensive soldier mentality. He's managed to mellow out and realise that he was kind of an idiot, and he's kind of learned how to help. And then where you write the note to Karen and say farewell to everybody. Arthur Stanley, I liked them too. We only had 2 conversations with them, but I liked him. So I had to go and say farewell to them. I said farewell to Joan. Yeah, she was alright. I think for Arthur and Stanley to Joan, but they were all good. You hugged Karen before leaving. Hell yeah. How's that even a choice? Karen's cool. Yeah, 3% of you. What's wrong with you? You intervened to calm Diego in the cells. Yeah, I thought that was best. Trying to calm down. So that just strengthened their argument about us not being decent people and we're all bad. We're all criminals and we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be allowed in her. And that. So I felt calming Diego was best. And you didn't open the cell. I wanted to. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to flee them. I'm looking for the key there, and then went past there. I was trying to figure out how to stop the to take the cops down, and then I found the stuff, and I'm just going straight through. I was even looking for the key in that storeroom. Is there a key for the... And on that cop's body, who I can't remember his name, the guy's name, but I was like, has he got keys on him? Where's the keys? Well, I could probably just got Daniel to just break the lock or something. So I would like to figure out how I can do that. And you didn't ask Daniel to flee the vigilantes. Again, I didn't know I could. I know I could probably flee him, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know if it was Daniel or whether to find the keys or what. Actually, I just assumed it was keys. I didn't even think, oh yeah, Daniel can flee him. I thought I need to find a key. You didn't hurt the vigilantes? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Is that maybe where you can flee him and then they try and beat you up again or something? Or they're argumentative to you? I don't know. You didn't ask Daniel to kill the officers to escape the police station. No, he didn't want to hurt them, but I thought I had to. I didn't think there was a way to not hurt them. You decided to force the roadblock and Daniel refused. See, that's me and Sean doing something crazy and Daniel's like, no, what are you doing? So, yeah, now I know a bit more about the endings. It was actually a good ending. I think it might play. I think season 1 having such a big impact on me when I played. I think that kind of played into this game as well, and that I didn't want to like it because it was new characters and that. And I think that kind of played into me, like saying, "Oh, like this wasn't good." I know it shouldn't, but I think it did in a way. I tried to go in with an open mind and like, no, this is a different game. Try not to compare it. Maybe I don't know. You decided to send it. I feel like the ending that I got, where you decided to force the roadblock and Daniel refused, I feel like that's a better ending than surrendering. So yeah, Daniel goes back to the grandparents, yeah, but Sean's just locked up. Sean gets locked up for crimes he didn't commit. Or, well, the murders at the beginning that he didn't commit. Yeah, fine, he got some assault and property damage stuff. And trespassing probably. Trespassing, some robbery stuff. But he didn't actually kill anybody, like the law thinks he did. And yeah, he could tell the truth, but nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to believe that. I didn't kill them guys. The cop shot my dad, so my brother exploded him into the cop car. Like, yeah, they're going to believe that, aren't they? Yeah, the police officer shot my dad dead. So then my 9-year-old brother blew the copper up with supernatural powers. Yeah, good luck trying to get him to believe that. Anyway, back to the choices. Right, Daniel refusing and bailing out. I'm glad that he didn't just say, like, fuck you, Sean, I'm not helping and you can get caught. I'm glad he at least went through with it and then bailed out. He made sure Sean was free first. He got through. Which, Daniel, thank you for that. Thank you for not just letting Sean out. Just saying, right, here you go, take him. He's an asshole. So that means overall you taught Daniel to do his best to follow the rules of society. I guess that proves I was a good influence on Daniel. That was what I was trying to do. I know I made some questionable decisions against that. But yeah, I think I did get the best ending. I think the ending that I've got's the best. But again, like I said, it's not, I guess, as good of an ending as I wanted, but and the ending montage, I was hoping maybe, as well as seeing like Daniel's story, like we got, maybe like kind of like season 1 and Before the Storm, when you see little bits of like some of the characters you've met, like maybe you get a bit with Cassie, maybe where she travels to gets to Mexico and meets up with Sean, and what Finn's doing, and what the rest of the bunch of misfits from episode 3 are doing. What actually happens with like Lisbeth and Joey? Was it Joey? The guy at the hospital who, the nurse guy? Is it a nurse? I think he is. Or some kind of carer. Maybe like what he's doing, or like Chris and what's his dad's name? Anyway, yeah, see a bit more about how they are now. And what Lina's doing. What happened with Lina? We found her in episode 1, found her in episode 2, and then she just disappeared. Except Sean mentioning it a couple of times. Like, what the heck happened? How long has this... Jesus, how long... I didn't know it been talking that long. 57 minutes. No wonder I'm coughing. I've not had a drink in nearly an hour. I've just been talking for nearly an hour straight. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a drink. I'm going to at the end of the choices. I thought this was only going to be like a 10 or 15 minute video. Where did I get to? Oh yeah, I'm moving on. About the Scorpion. And he stopped messing with the Scorpion, or Scorpio. Is that actually how you say it? Is it a Scorpio? Or is it just a typo? Yeah, that'll best. Like, don't be cruel to the Scorpion. One, don't be cruel, cause one, what did the Scorpion do to you? And two, that's just more likely pissing it off and wanting to go and sting you, or what do Scorpions do? Do they sting you, or do they bite you, or what? And Daniel managed to set up Jones' sculpture with your help, 79%. Daniel managed to set up Jones' sculpture like he wanted. That's cool. That's cool that you can do it. You can do what you want, or Daniel will do. You can do it how Daniel wants, or Daniel managed to set up Jones' sculpture without your help. I guess if you leave him to it, and or is it a choice where she asks for your help and you can say no? I'm guessing if you say no, then Daniel does it without you, and he can do it his way. Daniel was concerned about hurting Officer Campbell. That's the interrogator, isn't it? See, it did come good. Like, I think everyone was saying it away. Everyone was saying about how Daniel is grown up. He's grown up too fast. But yeah, it did grow up. It did mature. It did grow up to know what's right. Daniel wasn't asked to flee the vigilantes. No, because he didn't know how to. Daniel didn't have to lash out at the vigilantes. What is it if you're not friendly with them or something, maybe? They go after you. Or maybe they just still treat you like assholes, and you get the choice to have some fun with them. Daniel knocked out the officers. Yeah, I feel like that's the best choice. Daniel wasn't asked to kill the officers yet. So, yeah, thinking about it. Oh, one more thing actually. One of the things that I'm kind of just a little bit disappointed in is there wasn't any licensed music in episode 5. It was all part of all the music in it is the official soundtrack. So yeah, it is a Life is Strange game. It's good enough to be called a Life is Strange game. Is it? Do I think it's better than the first game? The way to your decisions, yes. But like I said, the first, season 1 affected me in real life and just my whole outlook on life, and the soundtrack's also the soundtrack's so good. The soundtrack's good in this game, but actually no, that's not really an argument. The soundtrack's just good in all of them. I can't really say which is better because they're all quite good. Each one of the games has a couple of songs that I'm not that keen on, but also songs that I really like. Which brings me onto another point about the soundtracks and the licensed songs that they use in the Life is Strange games introduces me to more music that I wouldn't normally find. If it wasn't for Life is Strange, I wouldn't listen to any music. The soundtracks are so good. I didn't really care about music. I didn't. I'd fallen out of love with it until I played Life is Strange Season 1 for the first time. It was the first Life is Strange game I played, and it sounds. I just liked the music so much. It made me love music again. So yeah, I did enjoy playing Life is Strange 2. I think episode 2 and episode 3 were my favourite episodes. Episode 2 was good, but even though nothing really happened in it, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. Episode 3 was probably the most Life is Strangey. And it was also probably the only episode that ended on as big a bombshell as season 1 episodes. Episode 2, 3 and 4. 3 and 4 especially, in season 1. So I think that wraps up everything for this discussion video. So that should be it for Life is Strange 2. I think made an over an hour long video talking about Life is Strange 2. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, see you next time. It'll be Red Dead Redemption 2 next. So until then, it's goodbye for now from me.